Hey everybody, Peter here. Welcome to today's AMA. We have a very special guest today. We have the artist that has helped develop the artwork and put together some just incredible stuff for the crypto gods. Yeah. We're grateful to be here today. We're going to cover a couple of updates here real quick. Then we're going to jump right into it today. And then, of course, you guys know we'll open it up for some questions after the AMA. So, or after we're done interviewing Ramona. So, Dawn, are you there with us?
Barely, but yes.
Okay. So Dawn's having some internet issues, guys. So she's on her phone. So you're not going to see her today. Okay, but you will hear her. And so the ominous voice from above is going to give you a quick update on being able to upgrade. You guys know that the pre-sale on the Crypto Gods will end tonight at midnight. However, to upgrade or make changes to your account is open until probably Saturday or Sunday. So if you want to add additional, if you've already done it or want to change something around, that'll be open until Sunday of this week. And Dawn is going to give you the update on when you'll actually be able to do that. So go ahead, Dawn, take it away.
Yep, so we are testing today the process of you being able to upgrade from either an individual NFT to a set, if that's what you wanted to do, or you can upgrade your quantity. If you got one set and you now want 5, you should be able to do that. If you wanted, one individual NFT, now you decide you want 10 of that one, you can do that as well. That should be tomorrow around noon Central. That's when the programmers should have everything ready, pushed to live, and we're going to test live so we can make sure everything is good and in place and you're able to do that. So that is our hope. As with tech, you know how things are, but that is our plan. And should be able to do all of that. Now, for those of you that want to, I can tell you how many left in just a few minutes. I'll get back in there and see what the quantity is. But if you are looking to pay off your balance, so if you got an individual NFT and you paid that $50 deposit, you will pay that balance in Matic when we mint that. Okay, you're not going to pay off that balance in BNB. The balances are for people who got installments and the sets. If you want to pay off that balance in full, you can do that. That is going to be available as well tomorrow. But no other balances are being paid in the Catapult system. It's going to be paid at time of mint. So I just want to make that super clear. Everybody's asking, can they do that? And it was just intended that you mint in Matic like we did the MMAC NFTs. You'll finish everything there. And that's what we'll do. So hopefully that helps and clears it up. I did post also in Telegram this same update. So if you need to go there as well and get a refresher, you can see that too.
Okay, awesome. And then I'm going to do a quick update, guys, on Stardom token DAO. That will be launching probably towards the end of this month is when it's looking like 3rd or 4th week of March. That project will be getting off the ground and ready to take off, and we'll be in the film production business. We'll be making some cool films. Very shortly after we launch, we'll actually already begin accepting scripts for the concept. So if you know any script writers, they'll have to acquire X amount of dollars in tokens and hold them for their script to be considered. And they'll have to hold it all the way through the entire process. So we'll get you guys the details on that. But essentially, you need to hold X amount of tokens. They'll hold those tokens. They'll submit their script, and then we'll pick a script from that. And then the next phase will be directors. So if you know somebody who always wanted to direct a film, there'll be a process that they'll go through. They'll get the tokens to hold. They'll fill out an application process. They'll submit some of their work, and then it'll go from that to once the script is picked and the director is picked, then the following part of that will be the rest of the production will be. And each and every single part of that, they'll have to hold X amount of the Stardom token and a quantity of tokens. So it'll be, you need to have 50,000 of them or 100,000 of them to be considered for that part and that piece of it. And that'll all be done through the website. They'll connect their wallet, they'll submit their application, and they will have to hold consistently all the way until the point where they get chosen or it's finalized. If any time they go below that quantity, then they would be, of course, taken out of the consideration for it. Okay, so that's the way that's going to work with Stardom. I'm excited about it. I've always wanted to be in the movie business, and now we're going to be in the movie business, and we're going to be executive producers and things like that. So it's going to be very cool to be a part of it and to move forward from there. All right, so those are the two updates that we have there. Of course, we continue to move forward with TruBadger, Catapult, Safufied, Insights, and the Community NFT project. Anything from Insights, guys. Doug's been doing a daily update on that. That the best is to go to his AMA and ask those questions there. But we'll open it up for the other questions on everything else here today. Do we have Ramona with us?
Yes. Hi, Peter. Hi, everybody. Here I am.
How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you. How are you?
We are doing absolutely terrific. So, guys, we searched far and wide and the whole world, for that matter, for an artist that we felt could deliver a piece of artwork that not only was just mind-blowing talent from the art side, but really could tell a story and could, I guess, have people appreciate what has been created here by these projects that we're talking about. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, Polkadot. These are people that have led the pathway. It's the reason why we're on here today. A matter of fact, these people that these NFTs and projects are based on are the reason why there's over right now about $2 trillion in wealth that exists in the world, and that the decentralized side of this of life is flourishing and has a great chance of really making a difference in every single one of our lives. So when you look at it, and I'm going to digress just a tiny bit here. When people first heard the name crypto gods, there were some people that got offended by that, right? As if false gods, or we were working towards promoting something of that nature. It had nothing to do with that, guys. This is a celebration in the fact of what they had accomplished. They created an entire new financial system, right? So Bitcoin, Ethereum, these guys have created something that we believe is going to bring a lot of value to. So this is not about putting them on a pedestal and honoring them as like God. This is their accomplishment and what they've created in this side of it. And so we spent a lot of time looking for the right artist and going through, and we have some other prototypes that were done from other people and stuff. But to be honest with you, it just did not grab the way that we wanted it to until we met Ramona. And we got on with her, and she said, well, I don't really know a lot about crypto, right? And I said, perfect. That's actually what we wanted. And she is extremely talented, guys, but it's the intelligence of her that impresses me more than anything else. Because when you look at the artwork and the way she formulated it and the story that these tell, it's amazing. I mean, every single time we get on and she does a write-up on these, and you guys are going to be able to see that. It's going to be part of the NFT. It's going to be part of the process. And then, of course, she's going to be involved in us developing this beyond this into stories, into all kinds of things where we can turn this into a property that will be based around this idea, this concept of decentralization, about that there's heroes that are taking place. And by the way, guys, anybody in this space that has dove in, especially the people who pioneered Bitcoin, they did not do this as in like, oh, hey, somebody helped somebody across the street. They actually took risk of their personal selves, right? Because of this idea of creating a currency that would then at some point, governments, nobody knew how they would react or what they would do. It's the same thing with Ethereum. These people actually risk their freedom. They risk their ability to make this possible because of, and I believe that all of them wanted it because they felt that maybe things weren't going in the right direction and they needed to change things. They wanted to make a big difference. And so they took great risk in order to get us to this point where we are right now, where TruBadger and Catapult and these other projects can exist, and where we can eventually become our own digital, we can have our own digital sovereignty, right? Because as we've gone through this last 20 plus years with the internet, we've given up our digital sovereignty, right? We've given it away to Facebook and to shop on Amazon. We've given them information. We've given them data. We've allowed them to say, hey, so I don't have to pay $8 a month to belong to a social network. I'll just give them all my information for free and let them use it however they want and advertise to me and market and all that stuff. So anyway, this is a big deal for us, guys, and we're very excited. So Ramona, why don't you give them a little bit of feedback on when Ali first approached you and said, hey, I've got this project. What were your thoughts about it? And maybe just give us a little bit about, because really what I'd love for people to get here from this is, this was not just something that, hey, let's slap this together and throw it out there. When we talked to you, we said, hey, we really wanted something special. So kind of go through that early stages of helping get this put together, and maybe touch a little bit as we go, the amount of work, effort, and energy that goes into this from your perspective to just nail these things every single time that we work on these projects, on each NFT.
So yeah, when Ali approached me first to give me the try to actually create the first NFT, I got really excited. I must say, I know about cryptocurrency since 2012 because I had a friend who was pretty busy with the cryptocurrency. And I was actually always found for the moment what I found the right inspiration to get into it and to get that knowledge myself and give it a try. I'm just not a person who is really talented with numbers. So I needed to find the right connection for it. And that was just perfect. So I was really excited about the offer to create the first NFT, what I've been doing. And it was a whole journey. It was a whole process. Completely new doors opened for me. I learned so much about the first steps and what to do about Polkadot. I got really inspired and fascinated by it, actually even more than I would ever thought her. And yeah, it was an incredible journey to actually come down to that first NFT and send it over to you guys and get in contact with you guys. And also due to the fact that what the Nexus ecosystem actually does, what they reaches out their hands to the newcomers and introduces them to the new ways to actually deal with cryptocurrency in an efficient way. I feel really home suddenly with you guys in this whole thing. And even my whole family got so euphoric about the cryptocurrency that my 10-year-old stepdaughter is now drawing Ethereum logos all and everywhere on papers in the house. So yeah, that for my inspiration and how I came to it.
That's awesome. So why don't we do this, Ramona, because you hit it. So the first one we had Ramona do was Polkadot. We said, hey, let's try this. We had already had one done for Bitcoin from another artist, and we had already had some of the other ones done. We said, let's start with Polkadot because that was kind of the next one in the theme of things. Let's pull that up. And Ramona, let's discuss. So here you are. We said, hey, we want you to do this thing on Polkadot. You don't know what Polkadot is, right? I mean, it's like a little thing on a girl's dress or something, right? I mean,
started with zero knowledge, indeed. Yes.
Yeah, walk us through. So you go, okay, Polkadot, let me go look it up, and then maybe explain it in the context of what you've ended up creating here.
So the first thing what I understood about Polkadot was that it has to do with speed and also the ability to have a lot of information, not just run via one line, but in a, let's say, parallel universe to each other, which makes it able to actually reach out way better and faster, right? So, and therefore I got asked to pick for each currency I got. And I found that Hermes was really sympathetic for me and really fitted for me for that theme for Polkadot. And Hermes is known for his speed, but also he is also the god of trading. So if you see the artwork, I start with the two block chains on the bottom of the picture, which are obviously representing the blockchains. And in the background, you see the small Ethereum logo. That represents the past, but it's still really, I say, really radiant. It's still really there. It light shines all the way through over the way where Hermes is walking. And if you zoom in, then you can see the new concept of the blockchain in his helmet. So he's looking right into the future, and he's going with high speed into the future. And then we see in the background, there is a cloud-like structure, and they do represent the community and the network of the crypto space.
This is absolutely amazing. And if you take a close look at the character itself, and we can't really blow it up, you guys will notice there is a familiarity there of a certain founder of Polkadot, right? One of the founder of it, which is just amazing. I mean, we were talking where she was going through all this stuff, and then she, oh, and by the way, and then we zoomed in on it, and it was like, wow, that was kind of really set it off. Also, too, the texture, right, of the flooring. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Of the flooring. Oh yeah, of course, it's the digital line. So that represents the connection and the information, what gets passed through the blockchain.
Yeah, and then also you'll look at, there's a wood grain there, right? And there's a wood grain there for?
Exactly. So because of the founder, his name is Gavin Wood, I used the wood grain to create something like a power blast coming from the past, from the Ethereum, and spreading towards the space. But I found for myself, this is actually not enough relation to Gavin Wood. So what I've done is I picked a photo of his, and I hid actually his face underneath the helmet. So if you know how he looks like, you should recognize him.
Fantastic. Okay, so now before we go on to the next one, because we're going to do each one of these to have you explain, Ramona, give us a little bit of your background on what you've done in the past, and just a little of who you are as a person and as an artist, as a profession.
So yeah, I'm Ramona, and I'm a German painter and performer. A couple of years ago, I started doing fire performances, where I also make stage design and costumes for. And I write pieces out as well, where I involve several people to perform them with me. But my main thing in my whole life was actually always everything that has to do with visual, especially paintings. And when I was a child, one of my biggest hobbies actually was to draw characters and write stories for them and create this world they were living in. And I think I never had a phase in my life where I haven't been drawing or I haven't been painting. And 2012, I moved to the Netherlands, where I started studying art in Enschede. And nowadays, I am still selling my paintings and do stage design. But my main thing, what I'm doing next to the NFTs at the moment, is I'm working as a tattoo artist throughout different places in the Netherlands.
That's fantastic. And you guys can see in the detail of what she's doing, and it's incredible. And let's move on to the Ethereum. Let's go to check out Mr. Vitalik here. Okay, so now you finish Polkadot, and we say, okay, our next one is going to be Ethereum. So explain to us this masterpiece that you've created, because there's so much in it that is just hidden throughout this entire piece, or a part of the whole piece in the story that it tells.
Yeah, also honestly, it's really one of my favorite ones. Before I've been starting to create this artwork, I don't know, I spent really a lot of hours watching videos and listening to podcasts from Vitalik Buterin. I think he has a really interesting character. So of course I chose to give his face the center point to the artwork. And this is obviously representing Ethereum. And the reason why I choose Poseidon for Ethereum is because Poseidon is one of the most famous gods, and Ethereum is the second biggest cryptocurrency. But especially, I have chosen Poseidon because he represents the god of the sea, so the water. And water for me stands for new life. It's the power of creation. So for my feeling, Ethereum holds a really strong communal energy, and its blockchain connects all currencies, just like water connects us all. And then in his right hand, he holds the trident. So in Poseidon's story of the crypto space, the trident was a weapon once, but now it stands as a symbol for communal progression and for unity. And therefore I designed the middle part as a spiral with two hands holding each other. And in his left hand, we see that he is holding a hourglass. And in the upper chamber of the hourglass, there is a bank building, and also the fiat currencies, which are slowly crumbling, they're decaying to sand in the progress of time. And the construct, what is holding the hourglass together, is also representing the metaverse. So the sand flows through the passage of time, and it holds so much potential that it is able to burst the boundaries of time and space. And it flows out to become this new world, this new utopia, this future city where I imagine might be our future, where cryptocurrency is our currency, where people have an equal chance to make something out of their life, where they create their families, where they create and where they trade. And if you see the background or like the middle part, I choose to put high waves into the picture. And as life also is sometimes, the sea can be tricky and stormy and unpredictable. And if you look all the way to the background, there is the beacon of light. And the beacon of light represents the new blockchain technology when Ethereum finally upgrades to 2.0. This is going to be the new blockchain technology, the beacon chain. And it shines its light bright all the way up to the future, and it lightens the way to hopefully what is to come. And then you have the raster pattern on the bottom. This also represents the metaverse, and the hexagon pattern, I see the sphere around the city, and the crystals, they also represent the resources provided by Ethereum, and it keeps the city safe. It stands against the storm and the wrath of time, because it is in our world, but also in the metaverse.
That's fantastic. Wow. All right. So hopefully you guys are getting a great sense of the care, the thought process, everything that has gone through these works of art. This is not something where Ramona sits down for a couple of hours and knocks these out. The amount of time that are put into this is tremendous. Go ahead, Ramona. You can touch on that because you're the one putting the time into it. And again, this is what we wanted to create, guys. We didn't want to put out something that was just mediocre or that that was just there, right? We wanted to put out spectacular pieces of art that had a real meaning behind them and that told a story. And just Ramona has just nailed this time and time again. And you guys are going to see the third one here in a minute. But go ahead and touch on the time side of things, Ramona.
Sorry, I didn't understand the last question.
Touch on to the amount of work that goes into each one of these.
Yeah. So as I said before, like really, I really lost my heart to the crypto space. I got so inspired. I was really surprised about it. So I really, it took me a lot of time for each artwork actually to do my research, because I just didn't want to create something which is just on the surface. But as you said, I really wanted to create something which catches people and which tells them a story. So I actually spent about 100 hours plain working time on each artwork. I think on the Hermes one, I did 82 hours. On this one, I did 97. And on the third one, which you guys haven't seen yet, that is 120 plain working hours in there. So
and I've
I
got
really can say I am sitting here out of my heart, so passionate, that, yeah, giving my time to this actually. And I've dropped a lot of other projects for this. So much that means to me to be in contact with you and to be able to get the chance to do this for you guys.
So, and now we're going to look at the third one, because the first two kind of had similarities to them, right? They're different, but they had a, and then all of a sudden, Ramona shared the third one with us, and it was completely a new look to it, but just absolutely, hopefully you guys enjoy it as much as we have. So we're going to go ahead and share the third one with them. Rhonda?
Are we sure? Do we really want to put a one in the chat if you want to see it?
And I got to tell you, Ramona, when you explained to us this masterpiece piece of artwork, it was absolutely amazing. So go ahead and explain to everybody, tell them the story of behind what this is and why you chose this subject matter and why you went in that direction with this one.
So obviously the third artwork is about the biggest crypto exchange platform, Binance. And there was lots of information. So first of all, I spent actually 2 days to write down everything I could find and learning about Binance. And then at some point I came to found an interview from Changpeng Zhao, also known as Cici, who is the founder of Binance. And I was really fascinated by his story, I must say. He told in this interview, look, I have tried my luck with trading several times before, but if you believe it or not, his words, I never succeeded. I actually, every time I lost money. But you know what I can do well? I can create the tools for this crypto exchange and for the people to trade. So I'm basically the blacksmith of the crypto world. I don't know how to use these weapons, but I very well know how to make them. And considering that he was working at McDonald's before and not really having anything, I believe he told that he didn't even have a car or a house. So he lived in poverty, and now he is one of the biggest personalities in Asia. I have a lot of respect for that. And also what you mentioned before, Peter, that these people really have given all of it, what they have in their power to create that for us all, and took risks so they could lose money and all this kind of stuff. I could really feel that in Cici. And the reason why I have chosen a completely different layout to the other ones is because I wanted to make it looking like, or giving it the feeling that is really down to earth. Of course, Binance is a really important part of the crypto space, but this is happening here, right, in this world. I also have one of these little cards, so it's also really physical. And there is a god, and he is called Hephaestus. And the god Hephaestus is the black or the goldsmith for making the weapons for the gods, for the Greek gods. So therefore I've chosen him. And if you know, there is an artwork which is called Thetis, given the Hephaestus given the weapons to Thetis. It's a really old ancient artwork. I believe it's made in the 1600s. And I choose the exact layout. Of course, I changed a couple of things because I found this so fitting to the theme of Binance. The reason why I have given Cici an outfit like that is because I wanted to represent his humble character. And what he's holding in his hands is, it's a wallet. I extracted that from a photo of his Instagram account. I believe he said He got it as a present from somebody, as a physical wallet. So he is giving these wallets to ordinary families, just like ordinary people like me, to give them the chance to open up a crypto wallet and get into trading. And then if you see in the background, there is a little group of people. They're also reaching up to the little angel, which is also delivering these people the wallet. But he also looks like he's flying just around the world. And if you look at the top, there are also two other angels, and they represent the angel investors and the tokenomics of Binance. And they're holding all these different currencies together with the fruits. And I chose for this layout to represent the fruitful potential for our future through using Binance as our exchange platform. And if you see the two pillars on each side, there you see on the left one, there is Ethereum, which represents, of course, a Vitalik Buterin again. And the reason why I chose for the Ethereum statue is because Binance has a contract with the Ethereum blockchain. And the right side displays Zeus, who is going to be representing Bitcoin. And Changpeng Zhao told in that interview that if it wasn't for Bitcoin, he probably hasn't started Binance, because that was one of his biggest inspirations.
Wow.
Thank you.
So guys, if you guys could real quick, if you love the artwork, just put a 1 in the chat for Ramona to show her what you guys really feel about what she's creating here, the amount of time that she's put into this. And we really wanted to come on here because we want you guys to understand what, when you get these, you know, there'll be the utility behind them. There's all the other stuff that we'll build to create value from these, but the value really is in the artwork in itself and in the amount of effort and time and the energy and the story that it tells. Anything on top of that is simply icing on the cake, right? This is the cake. This is the value in it. And I'm a person, guys, who's in some way skeptical of NFTs to a degree, as in some of the value in them because of some of the lack of effort or work that is going into a lot of the projects that are being put out there. And this is definitely not one of those. This in itself, the artwork, the value is in the piece of what you're receiving, the digital side of that. To me, it wouldn't even need anything else in order to create that value. Now, it happens to be with us, the Nexus ecosystem, and we believe in creating massive amounts of value and continuing moving forward. But that value is in this work in itself. So, so Ramona is working on a couple more. She's just getting started on them. So one of the next ones she'll be doing is a TruBadger one, as well as she will be doing the Bitcoin one and ADA. So, and that is another one that's there. So this is 3 of what is coming out. I know we have some questions. I'm going to let Ramona talk a little bit more about what she's doing, and then we'll answer some of the questions like timing on minting. When will you start receiving these? I'll go through that stuff. But Ramona, anything else you'd love to say to the community? And I mean, the 3 of them together, I mean, oh my goodness gracious. It's just, wow. I mean, just, wow.
If I'm going to see if I can make Ramona speechless, because what you don't know, may not know, Ramona, is we're also on YouTube Live, and there's another 75 people watching, and I'm seeing the word goosebumps, stunning, beautiful, amazing, so much detail, so much energy. So I just want you to know that, yeah, the words, people are speechless. And goosebumps is the perfect word. It gives me goosebumps too.
So it does for me as well. I'm getting goosebumps as well for you guys believing in me and supporting me, and especially giving me the opportunity to create these NFTs with you. And to everybody in the comments, thank you so much for your support as well. I am also speechless and having goosebumps, really.
Excellent, excellent. So we're going to open it up to some questions here. If you guys have any direct questions that you'd like to ask Ramona, you can put them in the chat right here, and then we'll answer the other questions afterwards. If you guys do, we really just wanted to give you guys a chance to meet the artists behind this. And so you guys do understand that these are works of art. These have value in themselves. And the fact that they'll be limited edition and there'll be more rare ones, even though they're all, it's one image, but we've come up with a way to make each and every one unique. And then there'll be rare ones in between with that, with some lighting stuff and some motion and things like that as you go through it. But just to have these, I mean, especially when Rhonda puts them up there like that, just, oh my good. I mean, just, it's just, wow. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's see. Do we know yet the expected mint date will be? Yes, Melinda, the mint date will be, so the pre-sale will stop, will end, today. Sometime next week, we'll have a day, will be the public sale. Okay. And then the public sale will take place for a couple of days. And then within about a week of that. So probably within, I would say 14 to 18 days, we'll actually have the minting event. And what will happen is one will mint at a time. So the public sale for the Ethereum one will take place. Okay. And then 2 weeks later, the public sale for Polkadot. Then 2 weeks later, the public sale. So these will be released over about a 10 to 14 day period of time for people to buy the individual ones. The sets will not be available anymore. It'll be the individual ones that will come. So over the next these pieces take about 2 weeks for Ramona to develop, a little over 2 weeks. And so we've scheduled it out so we can roll out the first 5. And then of course, Bitcoin, you will not be able to purchase. The only way to get the Bitcoin one is to be in a, we'll take all the wallets, depending on how many you hold, and we'll get the schedule put together on that. You'll be able to have a chance to basically win the Bitcoin one. That's going to be available in that. There'll be a smaller quantity of those being made of the Bitcoin one. So they'll be extremely rare. So the 5 that we're doing though are the 3 here, as well as ADA and then TruBadger. And then we'll begin to work on the next set of 5. And so every couple weeks, one of these will be released. And if you bought the whole set, at the end of it, you would have received all 5 of those. And of course, you have a better chance of getting chosen for one of the Bitcoin ones if you own the whole set versus that. And it, depending on the number of NFTs you have, will depend on the chances that you have in order to win one of the Bitcoin ones that will be produced and move forward from there. So let's see if we have any other questions. Let's see, that was that one. Let's see. So Peter, what are your thoughts on our projects that have passive income potential? Are any of them close to being functional in your opinion? Well, so that is Safufied. Safufied is up and running. It has staking. So that's a passive income potential right there. Insights in the next week or so should be up and running. That's trading, but again, it's an auto trader, so it'll go from there. We are going to be helping market for the Solar Group. It's not a direct Nexus ecosystem project, but we will be having a page on our site where you will be able to go participate in their project. That is another passive income project there. And of course, CMP already has revenue coming in, Catapult. To me, all of these are passive. It's just at what point are we able to, move into the ability to be able to distribute that. The play to earn stuff, I don't, again, it depends on what you consider passive. Passive to me is staking. I just stake it. I just have to go in and restake it, where play to earn maybe wouldn't be passive because you actually have to go do something in order to earn it. So it just depends on that definition. Okay. Rick Wilson, have you ever thought of producing lithographs of the work for sale to help promote it? So Rick, we are moving forward with this as a brand and so there'll be all kinds of different things that'll come up on that side of it for being able to market and produce revenue from it. So that's in the early stages though of where we're at with it. Okay. Will there be a coin or a token for the crypto gods? Jeff, we don't know yet at this point. Everything is on the table. It's a community project that'll continue to move forward and create value and wealth. Right now, the NFTs make you part of that community by holding the NFTs. Whether we decide to tokenize it or not, that has not been a decision that we've made yet. Okay. Are any of your other art displayed, or is there a website showing them? So Ralph would like to know if there's a place, Ramona, where they can go to see other stuff that you've produced. Do you have a website?
Yeah, I got my Instagram and I'm building my website at the moment. I'm not that tired to have it ready to show off.
Okay, so let's give everybody Ramona's Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, Ramona, if you want to type that into the chat or paste it in, that would be because this community will absolutely like, follow, comment, share. So it's one of the things we do really, really well.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna post it in the chat indeed.
That'd be perfect. In the Binance piece, what color robe is the blacksmith wearing?
It's a goldish yellow robe with a black t-shirt and some blue trousers.
Excellent. Will the sets have special features for being a set? I think that ultimately, guys, the sets, first of all, it's going to give you additional opportunities to higher likelihood of getting a Bitcoin one, right? So there's more chances if you have the set, you're going to get additional chances in the auto picker there. First of all, I believe a set is going to be more valuable because they're going to be held together as a set. Also, the chances of getting a rare one increase if you buy the entire set, the way that we're setting that up. So the chance of getting a motion one or the lighting or one of those goes up with that. And again, if you have the whole set, there'll be projects that we do down the road that we say, if you have the Ethereum one, then you will get special access to something or whatever. If you have the set, then you'll always have the right ones for that. Okay. All right. All right. To clarify, Ramona, is any of your previous artwork on display? We already answered that one. All right. When do we pay the remainder of our deposit? That'll be on the minting if you're talking about the individual ones. If it's the sets, then what'll happen is when we release the one, then it'll set up the time frame for you to make the second payment, and then so on the third one. And Dawn will get that. We'll get that published, guys, and get that out to everybody who purchased them as a set. So on that side, okay. We understand the difference between paying off the set and paying the remainder when we mint. For example, I've purchased a set with one installment paid. So guys, if you've done the set, what we're going to do is we're going to deliver the first NFT to you, the Ethereum one. Then before the second one comes out, you'll need to make your second payment. And then when the third one comes out, you'll make your third payment. And then the last two, there'll be no payment necessary. So by the time you have the third NFT, the full set will be paid for, and then move forward from there. So that's hopefully that answers that question on the set side of things. What we did is, guys, we wanted people to be able to afford all 5 of these. And so we said, hey, if we do all 5 together, we can do them at a much lower. We probably underpriced these, right? Because again, our goal is to create value and get these out there and make them happen as a piece of artwork, and the fact that there will be utility. There is a reason, not just the art side of things, but the whole reason of what we're building behind this. But we wanted to make sure that as many people as possible could own the entire set and have the ability to benefit each and every single time that we come up with, you know, a program that says, hey, by the way, if you hold this NFT, here's the advantage of doing that. So, all right, I think that is all of our questions. Ramona, if you'd like to maybe just a quick closing statement of your experience here so far and building these 3 masterpieces and just putting this together. Oh, we got one. Let's see, one more question. Let's see. Okay, I'll answer that one later. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, as I said, I feel really happy and honored that I'll be able to work with you guys. I'm really inspired by the whole crypto space, and I am burning to get the other ones done and learn more about it. And I am really thankful for all of you guys for supporting me and believing my art.
I told Ramona too, after this gets out to the world and she becomes super famous, will she still take my phone calls, right? When I call up.
I will, Peter. You guys are my muse, though, aren't you?
Well, we love what you're doing, love the creations, and we look forward to working with you. And I just, you know, it's every time when we're like, oh, we're, you know, Ramona's ready to reveal another one. I just cannot wait to get on the call and to be able to see the next piece of work. And hopefully you guys feel the same way. You cannot wait to see the TruBadger, the ADA, and then of course the Bitcoin one and future ones that we're going to do. The anticipation is incredible. And again, thank you for the amount of work and effort and energy and everything that you've put into these in order to make them absolutely just spectacular.
And thank you to you too, Peter.
All right, guys. So that will be your, oh, I have a few questions to answer there. Ramona, if you want to stay, you can. If you want to go, you can go as well. We appreciate your time. We know you've got at least 100 hours to put into your next NFT. So you might.
This is definitely going to be on the bucket list for tonight. Yes.
Oh, we love you, Ramona. We're so happy that you're on the team. It's amazing.
Thank you, Ramona.
Amazing.
Thank you. All right, we just got a couple questions here, guys. We're going to answer and then we'll call it a day. How long before CBS token launches? Tim, I don't know at this point. Right now, we have one token that we'll move forward with, and that is Stardom right now. I don't know the time frame yet on the on that. All right. Okay, and then has her contact info been posted yet? Make sure we post that in the chat there, guys, and that'll be fantastic. All right.
There you go. I was not watching the chat. I can't read that fast, you guys. You're amazing. I love that. We will make sure that we repost her social media link in Telegram, and we'll post it onto the YouTube channel as well, because I don't know that I can scroll back through the chat and grab it. So unless anyone else has it, please.
Yeah, I don't think the Instagram link has been posted yet.
Oh yeah, she might not. So we'll get that out to the Telegram group.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks, Don.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us today, guys, on the AMA. I enjoyed having you guys share because we've been, you know, Ramona's been sharing the art with us. We've showed you guys the art, but really not the amount of effort, the energy, the thought process that's going behind these. If that's helped you guys out a little bit, maybe just drop a 1 in the chat if this has been helpful for you guys to really understand more about the art, the artist, and that side of this. Excellent.
Oh,
All right, guys. Thank you. Everybody have a great day. We will see you soon in some type of recording or some type of thing. Remember, let's go out, guys, and share the Nexus ecosystem. You know, if you guys want to do an exercise, go out and go into some of the forums that are talking about people that are getting involved in the crypto space without any guidance, without any help, without the onboarding system. without a system in place, and look at the number of people that are actually getting scammed, taken advantage of, making mistakes that are irreversible at this point. And I think when we look at that, I think what we need to think about is, do we want that to be our friend? Because at some point it will be one of our friends if we don't talk to them about crypto, if we don't talk to them that there's the Nexus ecosystem, that we have it for free. I don't know how long we'll be able to continue. I'm going to tell you guys why most people don't offer the onboarding stuff, because it's expensive to run and it's time consuming and it takes a lot of effort to do it. And I don't know how long we'll be able to continue to do it for free, to continue to open the door to onboard people. We're going to do it as long as possible. Hopefully we can always continue to do it. A lot of that depends on growth. A lot of that depends on us being able to expand the community and keep it going. But it is such a value. We actually had someone who had a SAFU-fied wallet, and their wallet got hacked. And guess what? They only lost a little bit of BNB. It was more than they could probably afford to lose, but their other tokens were safe because of SAFU-fied. And that's just, to me, that makes this, I mean, how amazing is that? To know that if it wasn't for a product that we built, and when I say we, I mean all of us. If you're a holder of SAFU-fied, if you're a holder of TruBadger, you help build a solution that stops somebody from losing 100% of their assets and ending up having the crypto space be a bad experience versus a good experience. And I think if you guys look at the fact that we've been able to build and launch, other than insights, and it's very close, guys, I think within a week or so. I didn't get on Doug's update, but I know we're just trying to fix a few small things with it. 5 projects up and running. Okay. And so if I look at the crypto gods and I look at what we're doing, the basic idea of the crypto gods is that is a tool that we are going to use in order to build out value. Okay. So here it is. The revenue coming in off crypto gods is going into us building additional value. That value will recirculate back in a circular motion back to the holders of crypto gods, to the holders of TruBadger, through the whole entire system. And so if I look at a team and go, wow, they've accomplished this much, and in this NFTs will give me access to benefit from what that team is doing, even a bigger way. You can hold TruBadger. Yep, it's giving you access to all we're doing. And then now there's the NFTs. So if they're in your budget and you can do that, I would definitely look at getting involved in holding one of those. It is our goal to create the value there. Okay, you guys are answering the questions that are there. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We're going to get back to work. This break has been nice to get a chance to listen to Ramona and hear what she has to say and to see what she's created. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you guys next week.
Thanks, guys. This has been a bit of a break. How fun.
It was a nice break.
All right, we'll see you.